Hi friends, welcome back. I'm back to finish, hopefully I can finish my little craft studio Christmas theme tour now. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. I would really love it if you like what you see. You know what to do, subscribe, share, all those things that YouTube love and will suggest my video to other people that may want to see it. Okay, so back to the tour. I think I left off here on this. I think I already explained what this furniture was and so forth. So anyway, me and my frugalness, I salvaged that furniture and I love it. And what I store in there, I'll show you real quick. And this is real, guys. There are going to be little messes in my room. Everything is not perfectly, even though it may look, but it's not. And there's dust everywhere, and I'm okay with this. Okay with that because this is a working room, and that's going to bound to happen. So if you see a mess, forgive me, but it works for me. This, I keep in here all of my paper collections that I love, like all my Tilda paper. I don't even know if the Tilda is still around, but I love that. And I keep my vacation and layouts and things here. And on this side, I keep my paper collections, my 15 by 15 collections by theme. And that works for me. And all the way on the bottom, here and here are my stencils for my mixed media, so I know where that's at, and that works for me. Okay, so let's move on along. This unit, these little boxes, these storage right down here, all that is from Michael's. Those are those cubes from Michael's, and they've all been, again, picked up on sale. And this is still, it's old. I think they still make them, or they have improved on them, or I don't know what, but it's an old solution and it works for me. I have gotten rid of a lot of my 12 by 12 paper collection, but these are the ones that I'm never going to get rid of because they're my favorite. Here are all my October afternoons that I keep. Some crepe paper, just some of my very favorite. And if you like, I can do a whole tour on that, but they're all in here and I keep them like this. And these are like my very favorite of all time papers. So I keep them here. And all those drawers down there are just more storage solutions, so I can show you that. Okay, so now let's move on up. I don't want to get you dizzy. In these boxes, they're all labeled. I keep, like for example, that one holds my purple flowers. This box right here holds this really pretty Advent. I think I'm going to put it up this year. That I made a long time ago out of tags. Oh, I think it was like a 7 Gypsy blogger that did this. And I love everything that's in this box. Maybe I'll bring it out. This little cute, let me show you this because I love it. This cute little stool looking stand thing. I found it at a garage sale for 25 cents and I love it. Okay, so moving right along. This is my desk from this angle. My garbage can is right under here, right there. And all down there I have all kinds of storage solutions and it works really well for me. So this is a look at my room from this angle. It does have a door. There's a door right back there behind the little Christmas tree. That door leads to a hallway that takes the backyard to the front yard, and I want to make that whole area like my little secret garden area. So we don't use that door yet because until I make that all nice and pretty, I'm not going out there. And my sewing machine is on this. It works really well on this little desk by the window because the light that I get in there is perfect. Okay, so that's what I look at when I craft. Okay, so let's get back to where we were. Here on top of this storage solution, I have my little white tree that I decorated all nice and pretty and pink. And since this is a Christmas tour, I'm going to show you some of the Christmas stuff. I have a real pretty sign down there that says believe, and this is I think it's like a scarf or a sari, I don't know, I found it somewhere and I love it. So I put it there. And this little tree I did in the macaroon and sweet theme, and I love it. But like I said, you know, I've been looking at it for 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. So I am ready to, after this Christmas, I'm going to take my Christmas stuff down and I'm going to upgrade my room, maybe build a new work desk. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, but it's going to be changing. Okay, so moving right along. I sit here. So in here I keep my most tools that I use the most, like my alcohol inks, my stamp pads and extra tissue paper and stuff like that. But like I said, I can do a whole tour behind the scene if you like me to. And what else do we have? We have more storage solution. This is a little carousel that I have a little bird on it with a little brooch. I'll show you because I think he's so cute. I've had him forever and I love him. So I keep here just stuff that I want to use. I have used a lot of it, but I still need to use more. What do I keep in here? This I have. Oh, these are my millinery flowers. I need to make a tag for that. This is an awesome storage solution. It's not my idea. I got this from someone else. And this is where I store, in these books is where I store my dies. And this has worked so well for me. My dies from my cutting machine, but these are my flat dies. And I love how this has worked. I keep them all in there. And then I have 3 little boxes here. And I think I store, remember that I told you that I like wings? I think I store wings, and I forgot what else, but it's all tagged. It's all in there. Here I keep my paper cutters that I use the most, that I can just turn around and pick up and just use really quick. And then more storage down there. This little cart opens up. I used to have my sewing machine here for when I wanted to sew like something really quick in my other area, my other little craft studio. But now it doesn't fit opened up, so I have to close it down. And what I have in here, I'm storing my tiny little stamps. Not stamps, punches. And I made a little glitter station. I got this idea from Pinterest, and I love it. I put all my glitter in little salt and pepper shakers. And that works really well. Plus, it's really cute to look at. So I think that's not going to be changing, but I might change the little girl that's on top of it. Those little drawers back there I think are holding my magnets. And this is a cute little house from a swap I was in with my friend Evelyn. I love it. And this little thing, I want to hold something in there, and I'm not sure what. I want to use it to hold and store and display something, but I'm not sure what. I was going to put a little chicken wire on it here, but I haven't. And then the little doorknobs are like little buttons. I think that's so cute. And this has been an awesome storage solution for me too. I've been using these big gigantic apothecary jars to store my favorite like laces and ribbons and stuff, and it seems to work for me really well. So I keep all that up here. A few more little Christmas display. My bright pink tree. And then back there I have some of my favorite ATC cards, the artist trading cards that I traded with friends from all over the world, and I love it. I have a whole bunch over here too in a little carousel. Here's one. I don't remember who made that one, but look at the detail in this card. Does this not make you happy when you just look at it? It does to me. That's why I keep it out. I love it. And here I have a set of 2 Alex. These is from IKEA. I think they're called Alex cards. Alex drawer cards or something. They're kind of big. And they hold a lot. I have my metal stuff in there. I have all kinds of stuff in there. I have to, if you like, again, if you like to see what's in it, I will gladly show it to you. What else? This is like my little designated sewing area. So I made a tower. This was a display stand I had at my spa, and I used it. It was black. I painted it white. And I'm using some of my sheer into gold to fabrics. Like if I want a piece of fabric that's like a real quick piece, I'll go down there. And these are some, I don't use this that much anymore, but I still do sometimes. And some of my fibers, and these are some of my scraps. And some of my sewing theme display stuff that I just assigned this little wall to. Oh, and I forgot to show you this back here. This is one of those little, I think this is a spice rack or something I picked up at a garage sale. So anyway, excuse the lighting because it can get a little dark here now. It's like sunset. This little chandelier is not wired yet, but I have a plug right behind that curtain, and I will be wiring, and I love it. I had it in the hall closet in my house, and I will be wiring and using it here on top of my little sewing station. And my sewing station I really love. This little table has been with me forever. It was my niece's for a while. My niece just turned 22. So it's been like I give it to my sister. She uses it for a while. It comes back to me. I give it to my other sister. But anyway, I haven't been wanting to. I did do that painting. That's my hubby watching TV. I did do my painting a while back. But nobody has changed it. So it's kind of stayed like that. And it holds all my sewing stuff. This is an old chair that I have repurposed and reupholstered, and this is a really cute little cushion that I love, and it helps with my back. My sewing machine itself is very old. I think it's from the 70s, but it works really well, and I made a little cover for it just to have something pretty to look at instead of the plastic. And this was an old pillowcase from my niece before she left for college. So I made that a while back, quite a few years back, and I love it. And yep, I keep the stuff that I need here. These little curtains I made. Here I keep my skates that are going to be coming down, my pink skates. I love how these things turned out, and they just make me happy to look at all year long. And this is a Christmas canvas, so you can decorate your room with your own artwork. This is a Christmas canvas I did a few years back. Has a lot of texture on it, tons and tons of texture, and I love it. I love the cute little snowman. So I keep that here because that makes me happy. And then this is that door I told you about that goes outside, but we don't use it. In this little cart, which has been a lifesaver, I keep my other half of my mixed media stuff that I go to all the time. My pencils and water bottle and all kinds of things. And I usually roll one cart to one side of my desk, my table, and another cart to the other side of my table. So that works really well. So let me turn you around over here because I missed this spot right here. This spot right here is let me give you a look at my room from this angle, this corner right here. See how you can tell the roof comes down like that, but it works for me. I'm very blessed to have it. So here I have, this is an old, these are Christmas ornaments that I put on top just to make like a finial, like my own version of a finial. This is very old shelving unit. My father-in-law got me that. My father-in-law went to be with the Lord, I don't know, quite a few years back, and he got me that a long time ago. He found it in Miami Beach somewhere, and he thought of me, so he gave me that. It's been red, it's been all kinds of color, but it works really well to hold these boxes, and I keep all kinds of things in these boxes. Over here I have another 2 more Coca-Cola crates, and here I house junk jewelry pieces, and these have been categorized: silver, gold, chain, you know, all kinds of stuff, but they're all in there. This has more mixed media paints that I go to. This is one of my cutters. I keep it here. So, see, I kicked the tag. See, red tag means sale. That's how I roll. So I use every single little corner, even the very bottom of this little shelving unit. I keep these where I keep all of my game pieces. They're all right here. And this is for my mixed media stuff. I keep it down there. So, yes. And then up here, I just keep pretty things. This is my perpetual calendar that I've had for years, and yes, I do use it. At least once a week I do use it. These are some of my vintage keys that I keep in here. This is a travel little mini book I did a while back. These are some of my micro beads that I love. They're in here. And this is a little Christian card thing that my mom gave me. And these are more of my ATCs that I keep in a Rolodex. These are from people from all over. I love ATCs. I still love that. More Christmas stuff. This is how I keep my buttons that I don't use because they're very hard to get out of there. These are like my vintage buttons, and I don't really use these. I use the ones that you saw back there on the other video. And this is a little station that I made because I love ephemera and any memorabilia that has to do with postage, with the post office, red, white, and blue. I love that, the U.S. Post Office. So I made this my little station for that. This is a little tray I found somewhere. This I got in a garage sale, and I keep a lot of my postal things in here. So all my postal things are kind of like right here in this little area right here. Okay, so I'm going to turn you around without making you dizzy. So you can take a look at my room from this angle right here. We're getting closer to the end. Okay, let's go over here. Remember how I told you that you don't need a big room or a lot of supplies to be creative. This is some of my, what I am most proud of. This is some of my work that's been published. And this was done out of that little 6x6 room with all kinds of recycled stuff. This was my first piece that ever got published, and my sweet little husband got it framed for me, which I've been wanting to paint the frame in black. But I haven't had the time. So that piece right there is this piece right here. And this piece was inspired by some, what do you call it? Those sample fabrics that my aunt found behind her restaurant in the garbage. And she picked them all up and she said, do I want them? I guess she thought of me. I said, yeah, I'll take them. And then all that texture and all those color inspired this quilt piece. And I was so happy with it. The trim right here is from a wedding, the back of a wedding dress. And I was so inspired that I said, you know what, I'm going to submit this in and see what happens. And I got published. So when I got published, my husband, you know, like I said, he did that for me. This other unit I also did out of my little room. And this piece got a 4-page spread in one of the Stampington magazines. And I got paid for it. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. Of course, I went out and bought more craft supplies. But anyway, this was inspired by a trip I had made here to Alabama to a metal dump to pick up metal from this big, gigantic dump. And I saw all these beautiful, wonderful metal pieces. I wrote the story about it in the magazine. And that inspired me. So I went back home, I gathered all that up, and I wanted to do this canvas piece out of my tiny little room with all recycled stuff. And again, you can create anywhere as long as it's your little space and your just create. That's it. Doesn't matter where you're at or what you have. You can always find things to create with. So this is my little, I got a couple more things that I need to put in here. There's a kite that I made that was inspired by my dad. So, and that has to go in here because this is where I'm going to try to keep everything that I've been published on. So anyway, not these. These are my work, but they I never submitted any of that in. This was all done with napkin transfer. Paper napkin transfer. Look how pretty. And texture, a lot of texture. That the ballerina is a napkin. This little, all that is a napkin transfer. This is a stencil. But this is my artwork, and I like it, and I keep it there. Okay, this little unit right here was also some kind of junky find somewhere. And look, isn't it like the perfect space? Like God said, you keep it, I will find you a space that it will fit in, and it fits right here. This closet right here, I have a little bicycle up there. Look how cute that looks. This closet right here is our closet for our, how do you call it? Like, you know, where we keep the screwdriver, the drill, you know, our utility, like our handyman closet, handy woman closet. It's all in there. It has nothing to do with crafting, but it's all in there. So anyway, this little unit fits right in there perfectly. And in it, another friend, made me that little dress, and it's so cute. Anyway, in here I do keep all my beads, color coded, some of my pins, so it holds all these little goodies, and it's perfect for it. I have a collage of I made that Christmas tree right here. Him, I found in a garage sale. I love him. That little door back there I made. That's a picture of me.